Hello, my name is Jifa Amengo. I'm the founder and creative director of Lamisi GH, a sustainability fashion brand. I also hold a bachelor's degree in sociology and social work. This video is a continuation of a series I started that talked about age demographics, employment, and also entrepreneurship, and as far as the journey through life in general is concerned. It is also inspired by JAk Ma when he gave a speech or a talk on the QUaye platform at the time he met with some young entrepreneurs. This particular video is a continuation of one I did previously that talked about the age demographic between 25 and 30. That was specifically talking about mentorship or seeking mentors and being mentored by people who have gone ahead of us. Right. So in this video, I'd like to just give a little more expansion on that topic of mentorship. Being a sustainability person, I'm very much concerned about the kind of people or about ethical practices in career and in business. So, just first and foremost, I would like to suggest that if you would want to seek for mentors, it is very important and expedient that you look for mentors that are very ethical in their dealings so that you would have a better perspective of what you want to do as far as sustainability and then right practices in entrepreneurship is concerned. So this is just my first and foremost take. Another thing I'd like to talk about is direct and indirect mentorship. So these are the direct mentorship is about mentors that we can access directly, that we have direct access to. And with this direct mentorship, I think it is very important that one, we will rather identify these people because we know what we want and what we admire in these people, and we would want to seek for mentorship from them. So it is very important and very expedient that we have a clear cut idea of what we know or what we have in mind and what we are admiring about these people that we want to glean from them. Another thing is also if you want to seek for direct mentors, it is very important and very expedient that we learn how to serve. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about ridiculous serving, but availing ourselves. For instance, if some of these people are, we can go to help them in their offices, we can serve as volunteers with these people. So as we are serving as volunteers with these people in their organizations and in their works, as they go about their duties, we are having personal interactions with these people, and then we can also learn from them. And through that, we are gaining personal interactions and being mentored by these people. Another thing is that it's very important that people that we are seeking to be mentored by directly, we respect them and we have some admiration for them as well, because we cannot learn from people that we do not respect one and people that we do not admire. And so it is very important that these factors also come to play in the direct mentorship. Another thing is peer mentorship. Someone can be in your contemporary, but the person will be very knowledgeable in a particular field. So, not because you are probably the same age mate as the person, you would just want to take him or her for granted. But once it is established that the person has something he has or she has that you do not have, regardless the age the age groupings, you would just have to consider that it is important that you subject yourself, or you submit, sorry, you submit yourself to this person, even though the person might be your peer. So that is the direct mentorship for you. And then there is indirect mentorship. Within direct mentorship, most of the time we do not have access to these people, but we admire them from afar, and we would want to glean from their experiences and their knowledge in whatever field that they have found themselves in and have gone ahead of us. So one, maybe we can attend seminars when they are being invited to seminars to give a talk, or to talk, or to lead these seminars. We can patronize these seminars and then go and learn from these people. Another thing is that we can read about these people. We can also watch documentaries about these people and follow their lead from afar. Yeah, so this is also a bit of indirect mentorship that I can talk about. Now, going back to direct mentorship, I'll state an example of how one can be a mentor by serving. So maybe like an apprentice, being an apprentice in fields like the skill training is also a form of direct mentorship, because you are learning directly from these people. So for instance, you can, when you are given the opportunity to learn as an apprentice from these set of people, you are in the right position to have this interactions with these people. And then as you are interacting with these people and then observing and then watching, it becomes very easy for you, and it is worthwhile as you are engaging in this apprenticeship. I, for instance, I was lucky enough to have been mentored by people in the skill sets. For instance, in the fashion and then tailoring and sewing, I was mentored by the late Kofi Ansah, the late Kingsley Agbezuge, and also my mom, who is thankfully alive. And also another thing is that with Kofi Ansah, when I worked with him, I was a part-time apprentice, I should put it that way, because I had this mentorship before I turned 25, right? So as I was with him or under his tutelage, I was privileged enough to have served working under the with the FIFA and the FIFA Can 2008 African Cup of Nations project, and it has been a lifetime experience for me. So it's very important, and I would always suggest that when we get opportunity to learn from these people directly, we give it our all. We go early and then we sacrifice our time and all that. So through that, we are learning even much more. Another thing is that with the direct mentorship, we are saving ourselves the time, we are saving ourselves the stress, and possibly we are saving ourselves the possibility of repeating certain mistakes that we may have done earlier on in life. And it's also economical, because we may not have to attend school, direct school or formal school to glean from these people, but we are having practical skills and practical knowledge as far as direct mentorship is concerned. And also, fast forward, when I moved on to being an entrepreneur, turning my craft into entrepreneurship, I was also blessed enough that I could identify someone by name Marianne Lee, who is a business development officer. And I was able to identify exactly what I needed from her. And I approached her, and thankfully, for the past 4 or 5 years, I've been mentored by her as far as business development and craft is concerned. So there are so many advantages that I can talk about mentorship as far as advancement in career and entrepreneurship and in general life is concerned. One practical example I can also give, or advantage I can give about mentorship, is that it propels generational leadership. For instance, some years ago, there were women who attended the Beijing conference in China, and these women were mentored by a great number of women that had gone ahead of them. And when these women who were seasoned mentored the attendees of the conference, these women came back with substance and they imparted to other women that were their juniors. So it has created this sense of sustainability in leadership, right? As far as mentorship is concerned. So I will always suggest that availing ourselves to be mentored is very important, regardless the year that has been stipulated for this. Mentorship can take place at any time in life because life is a learning process. Continuously we should learn, and there are so many ways to learn, and being mentored is one of the ways that we can also learn in life. So thank you, and I believe this has been very helpful. Share with me your thoughts, what you would want to be mentored on, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.